4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Charting Crypto. Doing a day stream today. So had the live stream last night, doing a day stream today just to recap on what we went over yesterday in the market. BTC still doing that consolidation. The main thing we need to keep an eye on here is that $22,000 support bottom the top. Pretty much same thing we talked about yesterday. Currently being held up by the 382. Bounced off that. MACD is about ready to have a bearish crossover, so I'd be very wary of that. The bearish crossover would push BTC back down to this main support at 19,486, which is also the 618 area. So that's the main area we need to focus on here, is this 0.5 at 21,142. If we do bounce off that and get rejected, I believe we're heading down to this main support at 19,519, and then we'll just have to assess the situation once we head down there. But short term, keep an eye on 0.5. MACD is about ready to have a bearish crossover. It could end up being a fake out similar to like we had on the 7th of July. So let's just keep a close eye on the MACD and the RSI and see if this is a fake out or not. But short term, 0.5 at 21,145 is going to be the storyteller. Let's just keep an eye on that for BTC for the time being. What's going on, Mahad? Sup? Can I look at ERN? Yes, I can. What the heck? I hate how Max think they know better than you when they try to, you know, fix your words. So ERN, Eternity Chain, ERN up 44.4%. That's some pretty good gains right now at $2.31. 30 million max supply, half of that's in circulation, and a really small market cap. It looks like you're also able to stake this. It looks like it has like the diluted value and the locked up amount and stuff. So as of right now, this is definitely a moonshot, not I'm gonna say moonshot gamble, but this thing could definitely rip in the next bull run, just judging by the setup right here, if it survives this bear market. All-time high is 73.86 a year ago. All-time low is 28 days ago. So hopefully you're able to buy some 28 days ago, because it's a great feeling buying a coin at its all-time low. Currently available on the following exchanges. It says Uniswap's the largest, but I don't believe that because of the gas fees. I think Binance is the largest. So Binance, Bitrue, Tokyo Crypto, and it looks like Coinbase is the bottom. So with that, let's get into the TAERN. Yeah, that's not a good chart there. It's like we're gonna have to go off Binance. Dang, that thing popped. Congratulations, whoever bought in on the 13th. Isn't financial advice, but I'd definitely be taking profit right now, especially after a 94% pump in a bear market. 94% since the 13th of July. I personally would not be buying in on this right now. I'd be waiting for a retracement. There's a lot of support down here. Let me toss one of these channel indicators on and oops, and use that real quick. Okay, so there's a ton of support on the way down. We are on the 4 hour, we're not on the day, but still there's a ton of support on the free fall from here. I do think we will start retracing. I'm going to draw a pretty large fib on this. I mean, we're going to start from the bottom to the top real quick. We'll start with the micro fib and then we'll go from there. So on the micro fib, if we zoom in and take a little bit of a closer look, you can see we had this massive candle wicked up to around $2.62. We haven't started our retracement yet, but I can almost guarantee it's going to be coming very, very soon for this coin. I wouldn't personally be buying in on this right now. I'd be waiting for that retracement. I think the retracement is going to be back to the 382. I've seen a lot of moonshots like this, large wicks, and they usually retrace back down to the 382. Usually retrace back down to the 50% of their candle, which would be the 382 is what I mean to say. 382 main support. So what happens is the people that bought in down here will start taking profit once they start seeing that red candle and people start selling. And then you get the people who bought in at the top and the price starts dipping and they start being, oh my gosh, I bought the top and need to sell. So you'll start seeing really large red candles start on that retracement. And then you have the people who bought in the middle who are, once it retraces down, they're going to be up a little bit. They're going to be down a little bit. They're like, you know what? I'm just going to hold on to the coin right now. It might possibly head back up and I can make some money. But for the short term, I'd be keeping an eye on around $2.65 top and then retracing back down to the 382 at around $2.10. And then you have the main support at $2. Nonetheless, though, RSI is indicating, hey, it's probably a good time to take profit. We're not crossing over on the MACD just yet, but that usually is the case when we start moonshotting like this. Let's look at the day. Yeah, day is very similar. I mean, we're not in the overbought territory yet on the day. So according to the day chart, there is still room to go. But short term, I'd be going by the 4 hour I'd be going off the 4 hour than the day. 4 hour looks like MACD is off the charts as well, not converting bearish. RSI is only reset at 50, so it definitely has 50 to run. I don't think we're going to be running. I honestly think we will see that retracement like on the 4 hour. So let's just base this off the 4 hour. I think we're going to be retracing to the 382. And then we'll assess the situation once we head down to around $2.11. Are we still going down on quant, do you think? It had an order pump, and I wondered of the coin shortage is helping it pump again. So that's the thing. If you go by the TA, which I go by the TA, I'm still expecting quant to head back down here. I moved my fib earlier, so let me readjust that. So for quant, we did break below the 0.5, but we recently just broke back above it, but we didn't have an open and close above that 0.5 yet. So I'd be very cautious on it right now. The only thing that I'm seeing on the 4 hour though is the MACD is starting to tail off and wanting to get really close to a bullish convergence right there, but it could be a fake out. So could I be wrong on quant? Absolutely, I can be. I'm still leaning towards it coming back down and testing this main channel that it's been in for a year. It has to test the channel at some point. I mean, we didn't even test it when we popped out right here. Nonetheless though, this does still validate this uptrend that we've been in for quant. So there's two different scenarios. If you want the bullish scenario, I was wrong, and we're gonna be heading up to around 130. But if we do fall back below this 0.5, I still think my TA from this morning is valid, heading down to 85, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. I'm more likely than not banking on it heading back down to 85. I don't know if that's because I want to buy it cheaper or not. RSI is still extremely high. I mean, you definitely need a reset. You can't be going up and bumping around 63 on the RSI forever. You can bump around there for a bit like we have been, but eventually you're going to have that free fall. You're going to burn out of fuel. You're going to need to come down, pick up some more moon juice and more fuel. And inevitably that is going to be the 618 downtrend channel area. So yeah, we might have a little bit of pump right now, but inevitably I do think we are going to be coming down to test this area. We need to test this channel out. That's how it works. That's pretty much what I'm looking for right now. So yeah, we did have a pump today. There might have been some sort of catalyst, but nonetheless, if we do end up heading back up to 112, I think we're to see that massive rejection and head back down here. Inevitably, I am banking on us seeing $85 quant minimally in the next day or so. So I'm keeping an eye on that. And then once we fall back in this channel, it's going to be a, I don't want to say shit show, but it's going to be pretty volatile once we head back down in this channel, especially since we pumped out of it. And we've had, I mean, this is a big pump out of a year-long downtrend channel. So I'm definitely kind of going against the grain about it falling back in here, but I not guarantee, but I feel strongly that we have to come down and at least test this downtrend channel once. We haven't tested it yet to see if it's a valid support. So inevitably we will test it, and the longer it takes, the lower the price will go before we test it, personally. And if we see a bounce off it, regardless of where it's at, if we see a bounce off of it, then this channel is invalid and we won't be seeing these prices anymore, unfortunately. So quant has been taking off. So I'm currently keeping an eye on 85. What's up, Zoomer? Zoomer in the house. Ethereum, same thing. I did Ethereum this morning as well. The 4-hour charts definitely reversed since this morning. I mean, I made them at 6 a.m. my time, which is Eastern Standard, and a lot of the coins I charted definitely had a bounce from the area, but still all the TA still intact. RSI is oversold currently at the mean on the RSI. MACD sort of had a fake out here, but nonetheless we're really close to a bearish convergence. I do think a top from here is at play, and a retrace back down to the 382 is inevitable at 1114, and then we'll have to assess the situation at that time. I mean, Bitcoin and stuff were ripping back here, and we weren't able to break above 1,270. So what do we think is going to happen once we head back up here and test it one more time? Bitcoin's not really doing crap right now. So short term, I do think we are heading up to 1,270, and then we'll see that retracement back down here. I think this is a liquidity grab throughout the market, and then we'll see that retracement. Buy order still at 950. If you watched my morning video, I'm going to be keeping a close eye, and once we head down here, I might move it up to 1,000 to this general area. There's just a ton of support at the 618. It's in the support channel next to a main support, and then also, yeah. So I might move it up to 1,000, but short term, I do think we are just consolidating sideways. A lot of people are saying it's very similar to back here and back here, the consolidation before the bed shitting. So let's just keep an eye on something like this. So people are saying you had that big drop right here, sideways consolidation, it got tight, and then you crap the bed. Nonetheless, though, you know, history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. I'd be keeping an eye on 12,075, then a retracement to the 382 at 1,110. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. So that's Ethereum right now. So what is pumping? Is there any coins that are absolutely ripping today? Let's check out CoinMarketCap. So BTC is up 0.27%. Ethereum's up 2.6%. We go to the 24-hour on the top. The largest one is Lido DAO. Never heard of it. ICP's up 6%. So we're really not making massive gains on the top 100. I know 14% is large. It definitely is for the top 100, but we're not seeing massive runs right now on the top. Let's see how that inverse finance is doing. So inverse finance is down 7.8% at 120. I went over this in the TA this morning about the infinite supply, low market cap, low circulating supply, all-time high. So let's just dive into the TA. So similar to the TA, it hasn't changed that much. I mean, it was less than 5 hours ago since I did it, so there's not gonna be much change on a 4 hour, but inevitably it does look like we are heading down to the 786 area. Not saying we're gonna hit it with a hard candle. We could definitely hit it with a wick. So we could see a body to the top of this resistance channel at 110 and then see a wick down to the 786 main support area. But nonetheless, I do think we will be heading down just a little bit further before we see a bounce back up. We have started this downtrend since July 10th, unfortunately. So if we do bounce off that, I think the 618 will be our test on the way back up. And if we start seeing a rejection off that, we're gonna have to take a closer look at it. We need to break out of this on this next attempt, but for the short term, I think we're catching a wick at 103 and possibly the body at 110. From here until the bottom, it's approximately only a 6% drop, but once we see that, I think we're bouncing back up to the 618 at 119, and then we'll assess that situation. RSI tagged out at 70, heading back down. MACD is about ready to flip bullish. You know, you see here it's about ready to have a, not bullish, bearish. It's about ready to have a bearish crossover, and then we'll just have to assess that. For the short term, I'm calling 104 for a bounce back up to the 618 on inverse finance. Oh boy. So Zcash ZEC is up 4.8% at $61.31, 21 million max. A little over half of it is in circulation, and 776 million market cap. All-time high is 3,191 5 years ago. I don't think we'll hit that personally. 5 years ago, this coin's been out for a while. They've obviously put more coins in circulation. They put way more coins in circulation. That was obviously the initial coin launch back in 2016. So it's going to take a lot of buying power to get back up to these prices right here, in my personal opinion, just judging by the price compared to the market cap. So let's get into Zcash. Oh, looks like I charted this before. I have a fib. Where's my drawings? Let's see how wrong I am. Oh, apparently I didn't draw anything. So Zcash, you've been in a downtrend probably a lot longer than that, but on the micro downtrend, you've been in since the 22nd of March. On a larger scale. So let's just draw a fib on the smaller scale and we'll go from there. Bottom of the top, the previous top right here, looks like you're constantly getting rejected to 382. RSI is actually very interesting right here. You guys seem to go tag 70 and then have a retracement back down to 30. So it's pretty repetitive. So there's a pattern going on here. There's been a pattern going on, it looks like, since April. So there's a pattern going on about tagging, dropping, and you can see it right in front of you right there. And patterns are very, very, I don't want to say common, but they're very reliable things to keep an eye on. You can see we're currently heading up towards that top right there, which would initiate a drop back down to 70. So short term on this, I'd be keeping an eye on the 382 at 62, and then just rinse and repeat on the RSI, which would inevitably bring this back down to around $51. RSI is heading towards a bearish crossover as well. I think this is just going to repeat until we find some sort of catalyst or some sort of main support right now. And if we just zoom out and take a larger look at this, there's really no support below 51. So if you fall below 51, you're in uncharted territory. So I personally be keeping an eye on 51. This is not financial advice, but if I wanted to buy Zcash, I'd probably put a buying order at $50. If it got hit, it got hit. If not, so be it. But personally, I think that would be a great buying opportunity, hitting $50 for Zcash. You do have a thick support channel in the main support there, so inevitably if we do head down there, that could start that consolidation to a reversal to the upside. But nonetheless, I do think we will be topping out here at the 382 at 61 and working our way back down to this main support, and then we'll assess the situation at a later time. But unfortunately, I think the top is going to be in soon, and then looks like 17% drop in the next week or two. Gradual drop. Sad to hear, but that means you can accumulate more for your your moon chart. Okay, what are we at now? Can I chart AST? Aster. Are you talking about air swap? So there's a couple different AST. I don't know which one you're going off of. I'm going to go off the air swap because it's the only one that's actually ranked at 737. The other ones are just, looks like scam coins. So AST right now is up 0.8% at 8.8 cents. 50 million max, 172 million circulating, and a 15 million market cap. All-time high of 185 4 years ago. All-time low is 2 years ago at 007. Looks like it's currently available on the following exchanges, Coinbase being the leader above Binance. So let's jump into AST real quick. We need a bigger chart than that. We can't be going off slap micro data, so we're gonna have to go off of yeah, we'll go off of Binance. You can always trust Binance to have longer range charts. Short term, we have been in an uptrend since June 20th, putting in higher highs and higher lows. Wow, this MACD is absolutely nuts. You guys run before you start retracing. Even the RSI, look at from July 11th to the top of July 12th. That's a straight up on the RSI. Short term though, we are heading up on an uptrend. Let's draw some fibs and try to dissect this a little bit more. Yeah, currently bounced off the 786. The thing that you have to keep an eye on here is this main resistance area at 9.6 cents. The 9.6 is sitting on top of a 618. So it's going to act as a double resistance for you guys. So this would be, I guess you can say, quotation marks, double as hard to get over. But nonetheless, it's going to be kind of difficult to get over that over 9 cents. So let's just keep an eye on 9 cents. I think that is going to be the storyteller. If we break above that, I do think you could see another spike up to the upside to around 20 cents. And then just rinse and repeat type stuff. But for the short term, RSI is reset at 50. MACD is about ready to have a bullish crossover, it looks like. So you might see some recent bullish momentum, which would bring you up to around 9 cents. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but hopefully it's not a fake out similar to back here, because this is a double resistance area, and double resistance areas are very difficult to get over, but the RSI and everything is set up to blast through that. So let's keep an eye on 9 cents. If we break over 9 cents, your next stop is the 382 at 11. And inevitably, if we do have a similar run up like we've had in the last couple spikes, I do believe this thing will be heading up to around 17 to 20 cents before we retrace to the 382. So right now it is looking bullish. It's all dependent on breaking over this double resistance area at around 9.6 in my personal opinion. So keep an eye on 9.6. So with that, Tim, love your channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Would love to see you do some training videos on RSI, MACD, fib indicators, and how to read charts in general. I've thought about that. I've had a lot of requests on doing that. It's just I don't have a whole lot of time. You know, I have a 1-year-old son. I work full time. And then I have to pump out these TA videos, but that is something that is definitely in the cards and something I've been working on. I'm actually partnering with a buddy of mine who's on the Discord, Vlad. Vlad is doing a lot of short and training type videos, and he's very very smart about using these indicators as well. So I'm going to be sharing some of his videos later on in the next couple weeks or so, but I think he's going to be more of the training type of guy for the training videos. I will try to do some, but yeah, that actually might not be a bad idea. So thanks for, we'll just monitor that, I guess. Okay, so what are we doing for the next coin? Oh boy, Jasmy. Jasmy is not looking good. It hasn't looked good in a long time. Constantly bouncing off the 786, which is sitting on top of a main support. So you guys have double support here, and yes, you fell below it recently back on June 18th, but it's been holding up as fantastic support in the earlier days, and you are putting in higher highs since then. But I need to gather my thoughts. So as of right now, we bounced off the support. We're heading up towards the 618 right here. MACD is absolutely reset. RSI is kind of just tailing sideways. So I think the main area we need to focus on is 0095. If we break over that, look at all this resistance you guys have before you break over 1-1. That is so unfortunate. That's a lot of resistance for such a small price movement up. But short term, we bounced off this. I'd be keeping an eye on the 618 at 0096. We break over 0096. I do think we would get rejected at this main support at 01 once we hit 1 cent. And then we'd test the 618 as support. And if that held, that would be our reversal to the upside. But since June 18th, we have been having some higher highs. So something similar to that could be the case. But unfortunately, they're dropping a lot of coins. They're putting more coins in circulation. I believe every month they're putting millions of coins in circulation. And that's very unfortunate because there was only a couple million coins in circulation when I first found Jasmy, and now there's billions upon billions of coins in circulation. So they kind of dumped it upon their holders, which kind of drew me away from Jasmy. And not saying Jasmy isn't a coin you can make profits off of. I made quite a bit of profits off of Jasmy flipping it, but nonetheless, it's my personal opinion, it's not a great long-term hold, but short-term you might be able to make some money off of it. Is this what you're talking about, Bob? Break below 6,834. Then yeah, we're gonna be seeing some massive drops here. So if we drop on the let's take a look at something real quick. Well, it looks like when sorry, that was quite a long time of no talking. So looks like when UST pump or drops, BTC pumps because people get out of UST. So you're thinking that the price of Bitcoin and the market's going to be pumping here pretty soon, in my personal opinion, right? Yeah, no problem, James. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate you being on. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I haven't tried Ape in a long time either. Okay. I don't know if anyone here holds Ape. I know that was a hot thing not that long ago, but nonetheless, that fad dissolved very, very fast. Short term right now, we got rejected at $4.82. Currently testing the 0.5. RSI is tailing back up. MACD is, let's blow this up a little bit, about ready to flip bearish. So that's that's not initiating. That's telling me that this 382 is going to be the top, and we are heading down to test the support channel at $4.14. So currently, I'd be keeping an eye on $4.14. It's on top of a 618, which is a main support channel. And once we head back down there, we'll have to assess the situation at that time. But for the short term, I would expect a slight pump up to around 466 and then a retracement back down to $12, or not $12, a retracement of $12 and 12.16%. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. But with that, guys, I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink of water, talk amongst yourself, make sure you get those requests in. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Looks like I didn't miss much. Okay, let's check out some other coins. What's going on today? You know, I have been very interested in possibly getting a position in Sandbox. Sand is up 3.8% at $1.24. 3 billion max, little under half's in circulation, and 1.5 billion market cap. So it wouldn't be a massive gainer with a large market cap, but you could definitely make money off of it. As of right now, the all-time high is $8.40 8 months ago. All-time low was a year ago at 2.8 cents. Currently available. I thought this is available on Coinbase as well, but it says currently available on the following exchanges down here. Let's get into Sand. So Sandbox right now, I had us bouncing off the 382, which we did have a bounce there, but we ended up capitulating back down to the 618, working our way back up. flip this resistance into support, but nonetheless it looks like we're topping out at around 123. Inevitably, I do think we will test this main support at 23 or 123 out again, and I think something like this could definitely be at play. A drop down to here and then a movement upwards to this main resistance at 149. That would still validate this uptrend we've been in, even though we put a lower high in here, but we did put a higher low back here. So something like this could definitely be at play. Consolidation until that breakout period. So short term, if we jump into the short term on Sandbox, I would be keeping an eye on $1.17. You have a double support right there with the 618 main or 382 in main support area, and then we'll just have to assess that situation at a later time. For the short term, I do think we will be heading back down there, something similar to this. So with that, guys, this is a quick live stream. I might do one later today, so I got time to chart one more coin for you guys. I know this isn't as long as my other live streams. I just had a couple extra minutes and thought I'd jump on a live stream, then making 1 or 2 videos. I could cover a lot more coins doing the live stream. So if you guys want one more coin charted, make sure you request it below. And while you're doing that, if you like what I do and you want to support my channel, you can head over to my homepage and become a subscriber. It's $4.99 a month. You get special loyalty badges, priority replies, and all that stuff. I also have a bunch of different things that you could be a part of, so check out the description below. But as of right now, I can chart one more coin. Who wants the last coin of this live stream? I will most likely do another live stream tonight for about 2.5 hours. This is just a quick update from this morning's videos. Going once, going twice. Okay, we're gonna look at Haka. We're gonna end it with my Moonshot Gamble coin. This one's gonna make me a millionaire. Actually, this one's very, very risky. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've heard me talk about risk tolerance and how important risk tolerance is. And something like this could definitely get you wrecked with a market cap this low. This is the lowest market cap coin on KuCoin. So the lowest market cap coin on KuCoin is Tribe One Haka. And the crazy thing about it is, even though it's a low market cap, there's a very small circulating supply of it as well at 30 million. So small circulating supply, stupid small market cap, very, very risky. Could easily go to zero, but easily 100 to 200x in my personal opinion. All-time high was 8 months ago at 52. All-time low was 28 days ago at 1.2. I don't put, I guess I have different funds. I have my investing funds, then like my fund money, which after investing I have a little bit left over that I set aside. I put my extra funds into this coin. I don't go out of my way to put real money into this because it could absolutely get wrecked in one single drop. So very cautious about this coin, but this coin has massive potential to take off. What they do is they do loans for NFTs. You put down 25% capital on an NFT and they will supply 75% of the rest. So if you think NFTs are going to be big in the future, I think this could definitely not be a big hitter, but it could be in the background and definitely make you some money. So this is my Moonshot Gamble coin. As of right now, nothing has really changed, hovering around the 618. If it drops down to the 786, we'll have to assess the situation at the time. I currently don't have any buy-in orders on this, but if it goes back to the all-time low of 1.2, I might buy some more. I have a little over 200,000 coins of this right now, so I'm comfortable sitting on that, and if I lose it, I lose it. If not, and it takes off, then great. But I just wanted to show that for a little bit for you guys. Definitely a gamble coin, but it has massive upside potential. BTC just passed 21k. Did it really? We'll look at BTC real quick, then we'll jump to ETH. Yeah, it pumped up to 21k, but we haven't broken above the 0.5 yet. at 21.15. So that's the price that we're gonna have to keep an eye on for BTC. We'll probably see it today. If we break above 21,157, then we're gonna have to keep an eye on this resistance channel at 21,722. We have been as small as it has been. You have been putting in higher highs and higher lows. As it's super small, but you have been doing it. So something like this could be at play. And if we end up breaking above 0.5, I think we are to be testing 22,332 again. And that is going to be a very, very important price area for BTC, because that would, if we broke above that, that would initiate our higher high. And if we did get rejected at there, that would be like, hey, we're not putting in a higher high, and that would be the start of the downtrend. So I personally think that might be the case, and yes, that will affect altcoins on the rise up. It might be another liquidity grab, but nonetheless, on the short term and the macro time frame, we need to keep an eye on the 236 at 21,150. If that is the price for the short term, if we get rejected from there, that's going to initiate that downtrend back down to 19 to the main support 618. But if you see us break above this, then I think we will be coming up to 22,332. And that is, I sound like a broken record. I'm repeating myself here. That is the very, very important area that we need to keep an eye on, because if we get rejected, that won't be a higher high. That'll start the initiation of a downtrend. So keep an eye on 21,150 on the short term. So I did go over Ethereum towards the beginning. I was talking about we did test this 3 different, this definitely broke. Let me take that back. So I made that video today. I made that video at the beginning of the stream of Ethereum, and we broke out. We broke out, guys. So oh boy, I don't think I'm gonna be getting my 950 for ETH. We've been down here since June 13th testing this resistance channel and broke above the resistance channel right now. So Ethereum to the moon. We are going to the moon, everyone. Next stop, moon. Ah, man, that's very unfortunate. I was looking to pick up some more. So let's start fresh here. ETH broke out and made a higher high. RSI hasn't entered the overbought territory, but it is pretty dang close. The thing is, the MACD is just converging to a more bearish scenario. So I don't know if this is a fake out or not, but I do think there is going to be some upwards movement to ETH. So let's try to find out where the top is. So if we go bottom, let's try this top here, see what's going on. I haven't drawn this before. I don't know how I didn't see this. We've been having a difficult time getting over the 618. That's what that was there. Look at that. Found it out in the live stream. Testing the bottom of the 618. Currently broke it. It looks like our next stop could be around $1,400. Not say a hard candle up there, but we could definitely see a wick up to 1,400. And now that we broke above the 618, we're going to have to come down and test that as support. So I'd be keeping an eye towards a wick. It could be a very quick wick, not a full body, but a wick up to 1,400, and then come down and test the 618 right here. We need to test the 618 as support, similar to my shilling of quant earlier on the live stream. So short term, Ethereum looks like it's going to be going up another 4%, 4 or 5% to 1,400, and then retracing back down to the 618. And this will be the critical price area to keep an eye on that retracement. That will need to hold a support. If that holds a support, we're heading up to 382, and these prices aren't going to be seen unless BTC absolutely craps the bed. This is very similar to quant breaking out of that pretty much year-long downtrend channel. You guys just broke out of this, and we're going to assess the situation. So that's crazy. That is crazy. ETH to the moon. Short term, keep an eye on 1,400. That's going to be the storyteller. RSI is very high. MACD is bullish, but inevitably the RSI can't go up forever. And if we just zoom out and look at a larger time frame of this, Ethereum usually tags 81 to a little bit above before it starts retracing, and we're very close to that. We definitely have room to go up a little bit further, which would indicate that 0.5 top before that retracement back down to the 618. But inevitably I think for the short term, short term Ethereum is bullish up to around 1,400, and then we'll just have to keep a close eye on that. So ETH broke out, guys. ETH broke out. So with that, I am going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody that came out. Keep a close eye on my channel. I will most likely do a longer live stream tonight, possibly 2 hours or more. This was just a quick update on the market since I had a little bit of time this morning for myself to jump on, and I normally don't do morning live streams, so I was able to get some new people on, because I know I do normally do it 7:30 EST my time, which is probably different for quite a few people on YouTube. So to the new people, I'm glad I was able to talk to you, and for everyone else, stay tuned for later tonight live stream. I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Make sure you smash that like button, and if you haven't already, join my Discord channel. Have a great day, everyone.